Good morning, everyone. This is the Adassah at Large Show. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. And you are through to the one and only Queen of Soul, of Neo Soul, Adassah at Large. Oh, what a great show we've got lined up today with our special guest, Ed Ramsey, in the house. When I say in the house, I literally mean in the house. Oh, yeah, what a great show. But before we meet the man itself, we're going to do some partying this morning. And we are going to give you some housekeeping rules. So if you like, share and subscribe to Magnet Radio on YouTube. And also you can listen to the audio on the Magnet Radio. Oh, yes, audio, the website you can get through to magnet-radio.com. You can listen on the audio as well. But why not just watch us live and direct? If you've missed us, there's always the recorded show. But let's party. There's Lisa Dendrich, number one at the moment in many of the charts with Move Your Mountain. Oh, yes. Let's party, Lisa.
You're the bread, you're the wine. Fill my life with your love, and I'll fill yours with mine. You never see me cry, tears of regret. It's fine with me if what I see is what I get. So moving no mountain, turning no tide, swimming no ocean, long, deep and wide. Just love me, baby. No, I'm strong.
Oh, yes. And later on in the day, we've got our none other than Cam Catter at 4 p.m. UK time, bringing you some hip-hop, R&B, and guess what? The second half, he brings you some Afro beats. Stay tuned. It is electrifying, and you'll be able to hear the man himself presenting the show. So stay locked with Magnet Radio at 4 o'clock with Cam Cutter. And then afterwards, we've got the industrial man himself. Oh, yes, Remington Still, giving you some electrifying party moves with the Remington Still Show. Oh, yes. He keeps you partying. He keeps you swinging and swaying. Oh, yeah, on Magnet Radio. Tuesdays, we have our one and only hot, spicy lady, Ruth Ferguson. Oh, yes, with the hot, spicy show from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. And then we've got a new show by DJ Boozadelic. 10 p.m. till midnight every Tuesday, bringing you some classic 90s soul and funk. Stay tuned to DJ Boozadelic. He's gonna be giving it to you with a bang after the spicy, hot, spicy salsa show. Oh, yes, we're doing it. We're building. We're getting bigger. We're getting much, much more extraordinaire.
Moving your mountain, moving your mountain.
Oh, this came through to me over the weekend by Justine. Justice. There is Help My Soul. Yes, we're pushing it out there to let the whole world hear about you. What an extraordinary tune and an ordinary voice. Oh, explosive. Help My Soul. Oh, yes.
Oh Lord, won't you help my soul? These heathens won't steal my faith. Feeling need some self-control. Trying not to fall from grace. Lord, please won't you help my soul? Come strengthen my faith. Strengthen my Dear Lord, won't chill my heart, 'cause I don't wanna hate no one, no one. Sweet Lord, cover my mouth so words don't slip from the tongue. Really need you to ease my mind. I feel like everything is a test. I'm trying not to lose my strength. Oh Lord, won't you help my soul? These heathens won't stop.
Bigelow going out to Mr. Magnet himself. Good morning going out to you. And the king of Malachi. King Malachi, good morning going out to you. To Patricia. Patricia, good morning going out to you. And Jerome, I did say I was going to call you yesterday. Adassah was inundated. I will call you today. And Empress Gem, I will see you later on today after the show. Oh, we're coming bigger. Oh, yeah, lots of streets waiting for you, all of you.
These politicians not fitting into position. All of this division, I'm questioning my decisions. 'Cause if we lighten the path, who care if we burn bridges? Sign to the time, there's no more reason I rhyme. I never said I was perfect, I guess I'm flawed by design. And 9 for a 9, leave the whole world blind. Only God can keep me from losing more than my mind. Oh Lord, won't you help my soul? These heathens won't steal my faith. Oh Lord, won't you help my soul? These heathens won't steal my faith. Lord, please won't you help my soul? I'm strengthening my faith.
Fire, baby. Fire, baby.
Here comes Jackie McGee with Riches of the World. And after this, we're going to meet the man himself. That is our one and only Ed Ramsey. Oh, don't you just love this? Came out this year, 2022. The latest single. Go and get all of these tunes on the digital platforms. Go and get it. There are extraordinary talent out there.
I know you get confused. It's alright. Come and take this chance. It feels so nice. All the riches of the world. All the riches of the world. Yeah. All the riches of the world. All the riches of the world. All the riches of the world. Is it what you like? Is it what you see? Every gift of love is lost from greed. Every choice you make, every road you take, they can lead you wrong from no mistake. What I gotta do, keep your pace, so everything you love won't go to waste. So who am I for you? Keep your faith. I'll be rolling through to check on you. All the riches of the world. All the riches of the world. You lose yourself. All the riches of the world. All the riches of the world. All the riches of the world. Jesus, if you lose yourself. Distractions is what control. Don't do it. Who am I to you? Distractions, control. Don't do it. Don't do it. You lose yourself. Don't do it. Distractions, control. Don't do it. Don't lose yourself. Distractions, control. Don't do it. You lose yourself. Distractions, control. Don't do it. Don't do it. You
fantastic. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Our first song that we played. Oh, yes, that was Lisa Dettridge with Move Me No Mountain. Then we had Help My Soul with Our Justice. Oh, yes. And then just now, Riches of the World by Jackie McGee. All of these singles are just going from strength to strength, and you can get them on all digital platforms. So, what have we got next? Before we meet the man, he's getting ready. He's ready for us. He's ready for Adassah. We're going to show you why he is here, why he is on the Adassah at Large on Sunday show. Take a look at this great talent.
Said we've been together for too long, and I love
make it last forever. Oh, girl, I'm not just saying words. We're gonna be together. We gotta make it through the stormy weather. Oh, 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 oh. Said, oh, 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 oh. We gotta make it last forever.
Wow. I love that. I absolutely love that song. Ed Ramsey. Oh, it is.
Hello. Oh,
It gets me jamming each and every time. I love it. I love the video. I love everything.
thank you. Thank you. We had a lot of fun making that video, as you can see.
I can see it. I'm like, I wish I was there. I wish I was in that video. Just yeah. Good morning to you,
Good morning.
Ed.
Morning. Good morning. Thank you.
How how are you?
Hey, I am blessed. First of all, I thank you and I appreciate you for this opportunity to just come talk to you and have some fun. But yeah, doing well. Doing well. Thank you.
Glorious. Absolutely glorious. I love all your music. We're going to be talking about all your music, all your collaboration. You're everywhere, Ed Ramsey. I can't keep up.
Hey, I'm feeling blessed to just, to be a part of the process, so.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to share it. It's called sharing the love.
That's right. That's right. That's what I call music. This music is
Yeah,
love. It's love.
it is love. It's a celebration, and you are celebrating with, you do your own thing within your right. Then you collaborate with some other giants, musical giants out.
Yes.
We're going to be touching on that throughout the show, and it's just glorious to see. It's just so refreshing, and it keeps me on my toes, Ed. I don't even know what to put down in this show.
that's been the fun part, right?
You are having a whale of a time. I can see that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Where,
yeah.
where'd you get the energy from?
Hey, it's like I said, this has been just um, very inspirational for me because I've always loved music. I've always loved music. It's always been a part of my life. I grew up in a musical family, and I thank God that God keeps me youthful and energetic and gives me the grace and strength to do this. So um, that's where the energy comes from. It comes from Him. So
It really does. All the people that think, where'd you get the energy from? It's just from the Almighty above.
that's
We
right.
don't even know ourselves.
Right. That's right. I feel like God has blessed me and given me certain talents and gifts, and with that, comes the ability to do it. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
The
definitely.
the grace to do it. So as my mom used to say, thank God for His grace.
Most definitely. Wow. Because I can hear a bit of everything in your music. I
Mm,
can hear the gospel.
yeah.
I can hear the poetry. I
Mm,
can hear the R&B, the soul, the
yeah.
funk. It's just an eclectic range of music that
Yeah.
comes under one umbrella, but it's got a really strong gospel base to it as well.
Oh, sure, sure. I mean, I would say that's the foundation. That's what I grew up listening to.
Hmm.
My mom and my dad, um, both were very musical, very much into music. My mom was actually in a gospel group growing up, and while I was in her womb many moons ago, uh, she started labor on a choir stand with me. So
Oh, wow.
she was actually singing while just before she gave birth to me. So it's all come full circle, Adassah.
Oh, so you're just destined for all of this, Ed. You have no choice in the matter.
Oh no, no, and I have I have four older sisters. They were a singing group, and they would sing, travel and sing. So it's just it's something I grew up around and learned to appreciate as I got older. You know.
Perfect. That is so awesome. And I've got something dug out as well that I'm going to play later with
Okay.
Damon Ramsey. Is he by chance related to you?
Well, great question. So the answer to that is no. However, Damon Ramsey and I went to the same high school here in Maryland many years ago. Um, yeah, even Charles Dawkins, who's produced the song you just played, "Smile." He and I went to this. We all went to the same high school together.
Wow.
So yeah. But Damon and I are not related. We get that question a lot, but what we've recently said is we are brothers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You are brothers, of course. Yes. Yeah, we're going to be playing one of the tracks that you have done in collaboration with Damon later on in the show. I saw it. I was like, wow, I must ask that question.
Yeah, no, we get that question a lot, and it's fun. We love it.
You're still brothers. You're still brothers.
That's
That's what
right.
we say on Magnet Radio. We say we're all brothers and sisters.
Oh,
All
yes,
brothers and sisters. And
yes.
it's wonderful because it just generates this really awesome beautiful environment where we got each other's back,
Oh,
and
it's
we genuinely got each other's back. And anything going, we just call one another, text one another, and we make sure we're okay. And yeah, we don't spend much time without contacting one another. We always
right.
check in,
That's right.
make
Yeah.
sure we're okay.
This music has created, what I call a beautiful ecosystem, where, like you said, we're connected in so many ways. And whether you're a singer, writer, performer, whether you're a musician, whether you're a DJ, whether you're a promoter, I mean, I've been able to connect with and now formulate relationships through this music with people that I probably never would have otherwise. And so it's a beautiful thing, and it does feel like this kind of connection, this family connection, right?
It really does. And even with the artists like yourself, there's many that I talk to, and we're just friends.
Right,
We've formed friendship, just genuine friendships. Like, hey,
right,
how you doing? You all right? How's you? I haven't heard you for a week.
right.
Just checking that you're okay.
Exactly, and that's good. That's in this day and time that we're in, with so much going on around us. We need that.
Yeah.
We need that support system. We need that encouragement. We need to feel like we're in an environment where there's this exchange of powerful energy and love and support, and we need that. So that's a beautiful thing. Sometimes I'll just send an instant message or a text. Hey, just call, seeing to check up on you. What's going on? And then that'll start the engagement. So
And it's so important because sometimes you might be going through a little bit whatever time,
yeah,
and that person just reaches out just in time,
just in
just like you just
yep,
so you don't even think about what you're going through. It just lifts you right back up, and it's yeah, that's
yeah,
real brother and sisterhood right there and then.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, lovely. So you were born in Baltimore, yeah, Queens.
Well, actually, I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
So I'm originally from New York. So I was born in Brooklyn. Moved to Queens when I was younger, and then
Mm-hmm.
moved to Queens to Baltimore.
Ah.
Yeah, so I've been living here in Baltimore now for about a little over 30 years.
Oh,
So,
wow.
but yeah, still a lot of family in New York, so I go back and visit
Yeah.
as much as I can. And but yeah, Baltimore is my home. I've raised, we've raised our kids here, my wife and I, and our family, and they're older now. So, but yeah, I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Good. So your children are older now, so you can have some great fun. Like what?
Well, that's the reason why you're seeing so much music now these days. When my kids were younger, I kind of put music on pause, and I spent a lot of time, of course, with them and their activities and sports and school, of course, and so and then ultimately, of course, I was working. I was an executive at a company that I worked for 23 years, and so all of that took a lot of time. And music was always there. I was, uh, I'm a poet too, so I've always been writing. I've actually written a book of poetry that I hope to get published next year. But yeah, it was always there. But now that the kids are older and they're springing out, I've got the time and the focus to, as you can see, with the prolific amount of music that's coming out lately. I've got the time and the focus to really do this, and I'm enjoying the process.
I don't blame you, Ramsey. That's just part of it. That's just
Yeah,
part of life. And that's just part of the cycle of life, I suppose.
right.
Um, there's a stage where you concentrate on the children, and rightly so, and rightly
Yeah,
so. And when they flee the nest, then you can go back and concentrate on yourself.
right. Yeah, yeah. No,
do,
but
do you do you have any grandchildren that keep coming round?
oh no, none at the moment.
Okay.
No, and none that I know of. No, my sons are so I have two sons, and
Mhm.
they're very focused on building their careers. So
Okay, good.
yeah.
That's good. That's what they say about men, isn't it? They said men should focus on building themselves first, and then when they've built themselves to a certain stage, then they can start considering about family life,
Oh yeah, yeah.
pursuing the wife. But women are a bit younger though, because we're in our prime, a little bit young. So we got to strike while it's hot.
No. Yeah. No, my sons, they're definitely they're very focused. So, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. That's lovely. That's awesome. Wow. Are any of your sons musically um gifted?
you know, both of my sons have the ability, but they're not interested. They're not interested in that level of engagement. They're very much so musically gifted, but they're focused on other
Other
things.
things. Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you never know. It may
yeah,
come back full cycle, and they may. And
exactly,
yeah. Hmm.
exactly. I mean, when my eldest son was younger, um, um, I guess he was maybe between, well, maybe 1 and 3. I used to take him to the studios with me
Well,
when I was, recording like some jazz and R&B and as the neo soul movement started to evolve, I started to do some. And so he would come to the, I would bring him to the studios with me, and he got, really interested and acclimated as he, uh, he would start asking questions as he got older, like 4 or 5. But then, of course, that tapered off because they started going to school. He started going to school, and then we started to get him into sports. He took drum lessons, and he played the trumpet and
Mhm.
keyboard and things like that. But then sports took over, and that all kind of went to the wayside.
As it does sometimes, yes, as it does. Well, I've kept my son hanging on to the drums. He's been playing since he was 3, and I've
Oh,
kept
great!
yeah, and I've kept him hanging on. But he's very sporty. He's very
Yeah,
sporty. He
yeah.
does basketball and football, and he just loves just. So when the times that he is stuck in his bedroom, just resting, I leave him alone.
Does he have a drum set at home?
Yes, yes, he
Okay.
does. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I,
yeah.
I, I remember those days, those sessions, and my wife like
The noise, that boop, 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 boop. And my eldest son is well, he does it more seriously. Yes,
oh okay.
he sings and he models as well.
Oh okay, great. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So he's gone more down the entertainment
The
route.
entertainment round. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
great. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many options for the younger generation today. Like my youngest son is into gaming,
Oh.
and then my oldest son, he's doing his thing, and they just like you said, they have so many options. So is he modeling, doing like runway, or is he doing publications, or both?
A bit of both. He does magazine,
Mhm.
a known magazine. I won't say because he's going to be like, "Mom!" He's going to really have me.
Right, right.
And runway and some other things coming up. So,
Oh,
I leave him alone before he
oh,
tells me off.
right, right. Yeah, they don't like you to share too much, so I,
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely honor their request, and their need to be, anonymous in some regard.
Yeah. The younger one doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's just a social. He's just very social. Well, both of them are actually,
Mhm.
but the younger one is more in your face.
Yeah, yeah. That always holds true with the younger son.
Are, they are really more in your face. It's like
Yeah.
okay.
And my sons are almost 5 years apart, and so my youngest son, always, with my oldest son, they were always fighting, and but my oldest son, he was pretty gentle with the youngest son up to a point. As he got older, then they started really.
Well, that's a boys. Boys do that. Mine are 9 years apart, and
Oh,
they still fought.
oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. It's okay though. I mean, I was the youngest of 5 children, but I had 4 older sisters.
All right, so you're
Um,
the only boy.
yeah, and plus they were, in terms of the age difference, very similar. My the youngest sister was almost 5 years older than me,
Ah,
and then my eldest sister is almost 9 years older than me, right? And
ah.
so yeah, I was always the baby brother.
Well, we have something in common, Ed Ramsey.
Mhm.
I'm the youngest as well, and me and the last one to me is 6 years difference.
Oh wow,
And my brothers and sisters are very close in age.
yeah, yeah.
So it goes, my eldest sister is 15 years older than me.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it goes 15 years older, 13 years older, 11 years older. Then it goes, duh, duh, duh. When I say duh, 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 then it's 876.
Oh wow. Yeah.
There's three just 1 year after each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's 9865 for me. So like you said, it's those pop boom, back to back.
There was no television and social media them days, not my. I tease my mum all about it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a typical last one.
Right.
All the rules and regulations are out the way.
Oh, exactly. And being the youngest, you have the ability to kind of create your own world, right?
Literally, literally. Well, that is so incredible, Ed. And creating your own world, you created a fantastic world through music. Because the list goes on and on and on. What you do. Um, oh, you know what? You've done so much incredible things. You made my work a little bit difficult today, but difficult in a good way. I was like that. What am I gonna pick? There's so much to pick from. I was like, oh my gosh. But you've done collaborations with um Tom Leland, Miguel Scott,
Yeah.
Dave Anthony. That's Dave Anthony is more of your recent releases.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Better Love. Tell us all about A Better Love.
Yeah, yeah. So first of all, Dave Anthony, incredible, incredible producer, and so that song was inspired really by just thinking about relationships and thinking about the commitment to a relationship and really putting the time and the work into a relationship, right? And so that's where the title comes from, because the hope in any relationship is that over time it grows into something better, right?
Mhm.
You're becoming something that you kind of envision early on, but you don't know the how you're going to get there, right? We all have this vision of what love and romance and relationship should be, but you have to. It's a journey. You have to go through some things to get to those points of maturity, right? And it's constant. It doesn't stop. And so that song is really based on the maturation process of a relationship and growing and becoming and getting through the struggles and
Mm.
and getting through the challenging times. And it's the recognition, as a male, in that song, that that I've got to be better. I've got to put forth 100% effort into this relationship and manifesting this thing that we want, right? And so really that was really the impetus, because as a writer, um I have to get inspired, in order to really to order real for me to write effectively. I just can't manufacture us. There has to be some inspiration, and a lot of my songs, quite honestly, are inspired by my own relationship, my own experiences.
Mhm.
I've been married 28 years, and
Oh,
so
lovely.
yeah, and so there's a lot that I can relate to, and draw out of these experiences that I've had personally, and so yeah, so that's what that's and so Dave um, sent the track, and immediately I knew exactly where I wanted to go with the track. I mean, it the track, the music was just so beautiful. I said, oh, I've got to really work, effectively here to present this song correctly. So yeah, that was a great collaboration. We actually have a few more slated for 2023. Um, it's interesting, Adassah, because a lot of the producers that I'm working with now are from the UK.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So there's Dave Anthony. There's Yooks, um, who who's got some top level songs that are charting really well. I've worked with CKP and Carl H, Music and Me, who's out of the UK. I've worked with Lee Gomez, in which we've got we've actually done not only up tempo, but we've done some down tempo work as well. Some more, neo soul, kind of soulful hip hop, um, that's in the works. Lee is a phenomenal producer. Um, who else? I think I covered all of the UK producers, and I've got a few more. Um, um, so I'm in talks now with Booker T,
Oh,
um,
hey.
Grammy nominated producer, and so yeah, great producers coming out of the UK there, and I there's just the appreciation for real music, and is I just think is phenomenal for the producers and artists that I work with out of the UK.
Well, your writing skills and your voice, everything is just so awesome. So I'm not surprised that you're getting all these collaborations, to be quite honest. It's
They
just it's fantastic.
No, thank you. They've been great, and I'm very thankful for the producers. I mean, one of my goals a few years ago when I, kind of re-entered the scene here was one to to work with different producers to try to develop my sound and my delivery and and work with different textures of music. Um, and so I'm thankful to these producers um, from all over that I've been able to do that. I've worked with a producer out of Brazil, Leandro P, who's also a phenomenal DJ himself. I've worked with a producer out of France, one of my recent releases called Love Will Find a Way. His name is Arnaud D. Phenomenal. As you mentioned, Tom Leland out of Germany, Miguel Scott, who's out of South Africa. Um, it's just been amazing to work with a lot of these great producers, but also to experience these different approaches and the different sounds and
Mhm.
textures. I believe music as an art form, just like a painter with a canvas, you bring to light all of these different textures and colors and different expressions. And that's how I see this. Even when I'm working on a song, as you can see, I'm in this is my home studio area. So you'll see a mic here, and there's some equipment around me. But I approach songwriting and the delivery of that song kind of like I envision a painter, because you're experimenting with colors and the strength and of your the stroke of that brush and the different brushes and the different arrangements of colors, and that's how I look at songwriting. I quite honestly don't write the song before I sing it. I feel it.
Yes.
I feel it, and I don't have a songbook because I don't write a lot of the songs. Like I said, I seek the inspiration, and then when I'm actually in the studio, that's when the work begins. That's when
Mm.
the songwriting is live.
Wow.
Yeah, and um, I think I get that, a lot of that from my mom because she was like she would actually she could actually write songs impromptu, you
Yeah.
know. And so that's my approach. And if I don't feel it, then I can't do it. You
Yeah.
know, I just can't. So
Awesome. Wow. And we're gonna be playing a better love right here, right now. But what advice would you give anybody listening to for a healthy? I have to use the word healthy. I use my words very carefully, Ed
oh
Ram.
yes.
A healthy, successful marriage.
Well, I think there are a few things. Number one, love. I mean, real, honest, pure, true love. I mean, I love my wife, and I'm in love with my wife. Um, that's that's to me, that's the beginning. um, then secondly, commitment. You know, you got to be committed, committed, truly committed, and there are no fairy tales here. I mean, I know we watch TV, we watch movies, we read books, but the reality is in most cases, uh, a lot of those things you read and you watch aren't real. What's real is what you have to deal with from day to day, and how you approach that. And again, the word commitment, how committed you are to experience not just the great times, but those those valleys as well. And so and then commitment is key. And then for me, I think another key thing as you think about sustaining a healthy marriage is honesty,
Yeah.
being true, you know, no matter what, um, being just honest, being true, and being real in that relationship. So those are the things that just off the top I can think of. Again, I'm not a marriage counselor, but I will say those three things have been pillars, um, you know, for my wife and I, and it's been a wonderful experience. So
Excellent. So we're gonna play a better love with Dave Anthony and oh yes, our lovely superb Ed Ramsey, of course. That's just gonna dance.
know that I'm ready. Make some bad decisions, but I'm hoping you can trust me again. Hey, I don't ever wanna go this way. Pain again.
together. Get this thing together. Get this thing together. Make it right. Together. Make it right.
Absolutely awesome. Oh wow. Do you know what? You brought me right back into house. You
You
brought me right back into house. Oh, I even start playing some soulful house on the Soul City show. That's how
oh,
much you've
great,
influenced me.
great. Yeah, yeah. That soul. I grew up listening to Donny Hathaway, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson. I mean, you name it. My dad and mom, they played all of that. Otis Redding. I mean, Sam Cooke. And so some of those influences you hear in my music. Marvin Gaye and listening to what's going on and a lot of his music. Stevie Wonder. I mean, as a
Oh,
writer and as a performer, a lot of those influences are in my music. So yeah, that soul. I just I can't get away from that.
no way. We don't want you to get away from that. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. So sometimes the first 20 minutes or even half an hour sometimes, you know, on my show on a Friday, I do play some nice soulful house music and play some of your music regularly because I love it. I've just
No,
fallen in love with it, you
thank
know.
you, thank you. Yeah, that's for me. That's the goal. I want people to we call it house music, but I just want people to enjoy the music.
That's
It's
it.
it's up tempo. Like I said, I've done some down tempo stuff here recently. I've even done some Afrobeat and some kind of some reggae, and I'm just doing a little bit of everything. Because it's to me it's music. It's beautiful and I love it, and I think people enjoy it. So that's what I want to do.
You're spot on there when it said music is just music and everybody appreciates it and it's just eclectic
Yeah.
because even though I'm known to be that play the soul, play the neo soul and the R&B, but I
Mhm.
still get a massive crowd from, you know, the people who do reggae. I get a massive crowd,
Yeah,
reggae crowd, and
yeah.
soca and so and
Oh yeah.
other genres as well. So, and it's so wonderful to see when they can appreciate the show and they love the Soul City show. And and sometimes I joke with some of them and say, I said, "You're not a soul person."
Hey, you know, I'll tell you. I mean, again, another great influence, Bob Marley, right? You know, and a lot of the reggae singers, they were influenced by soul music and gospel music. You know, so there's soul in a lot of the genres. You know, even you think about rock music and its
Yes.
origins was in the blues and soul. You know, and so even a lot of the rock music and the classic rock blues and soul music is heavily influenced by that music. So yeah, yeah. We all got that soul, you know, regardless of the genre, right? It transforms all the genres.
It really does. And
Trans-
it brings it together so nicely and so perfectly. Oh, um, Leo Rich has just commented about love and what it's all about. He says love, he's just messaged us. He says love is an action. Thank you, Leo Rich.
That's right. That's right. Can't be, can't be just words, you know.
Definitely, definitely. That's awesome. And good morning going out to Mr. Magnet and to Simple Rebel and to King Malachi. Good morning going out to you and to been getting some messages and apologies for Carl Foster. He's had some technical issues, so he'll be
Mhm.
with us next week instead. So we'll just keep continuing with our lovely Ed Ramsey. Hey, we're gonna go on to Sunshine. We're gonna play your video, Sunshine, Ed.
Oh wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah, you know this one.
Yeah. 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 Had fun with that one as well.
Oh, I could just imagine. Tell us about it before we play it. Then go
Yeah.
on.
So that song actually was originally done by Alexander O'Neill. If you think about the song, "Cloudy was the day when sunshine came into my life and made it." If you remember that from
Yes, I know. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And
I
so
didn't even
what we
know.
wanted to do was, I kind of made it my own, kind of, transformed it a bit, but that's the song, right? And it's
Wow,
interesting when people hear it, they're like,
I didn't
"Oh
know.
yeah, I get it now." But yeah, yeah, that's the song. And so, of course, that song was very popular. It was probably one of the biggest ballads um, uh, in that time when his album was released. But yeah, yeah. So we took that song. Um, I worked with collaborated with Aquasoul Records, Big Logan and Dave Lala of Aquasoul out of New Jersey, and they produced that. They produced that whole package. Um, uh, incredible work there. And so yeah, and I did the video right here in Baltimore. And it was about 4 or 5 days we took to shoot that video on different locations. So yeah, it was fun. We had fun making it, and yeah, looking forward to hopefully everyone enjoying it. So
Hey, and let's listen. Let's listen to the fun. Let's have some sunshine.
that's right.
It's a bit grey in England at the moment.
Oh boy, same
Right?
here. Same
So,
here.
so we need some sunshine. We need a little bit of Ed Ramsey and some sunshine. There it comes.
sunshine. Oh yeah, because there's no remedy strong enough for me. Just and I can never keep myself away. God only knows this hurt. I feel those warm breaths reaching out from above. Sunshine, 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 sunshine. Sunshine, yeah, yeah. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. You're my sunshine.
That is incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I can see you enjoying that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We had fun, and one of the things we wanted to do. So the video company that I work with is actually here in Baltimore. We actually wanted to show the city. We wanted to show Baltimore. So a lot of the backdrop, the water and the harbor area and the downtown area and some areas uptown in Baltimore, and then that graffiti alley where you saw that artwork, the graffiti.
Mhm.
That's right here in Baltimore. So we
Oh,
wanted to
wonderful.
show the city and just depict the city in a beautiful light, because it's a beautiful city with a lot of beautiful art and history here as well. So
Oh, incredible. It's wonderful. You can see it as well. And I love the hat, Ed.
yeah, no, thank you,
I,
thank you.
hats suit Adassah, you know.
Yeah, I've
I
been.
I love it. Do you know what? That was my dad's trademark.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, those type of hats.
Hmm.
That is the type of hats that my dad wore all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I've been building my little collection here lately. So
they are so cool. I love them. I love them. I've got one or two, and
right.
I don't know what I've done. When I'm clearing up or doing something, I think I put it in the cupboard, and I can't find it in the cupboard.
Hey, you can bring it out like you said in those rainy days there in London, right?
It probably be full of cobwebs now. So, not sure if I'm gonna wear that again.
Oh, no,
But I really love it. Oh my goodness, you just brought back some memories for Adassah. I love those hats, and it suits you. Really does suit you. It's really nice. I
no,
love
thank you.
it. Oh, wonderful. So, Ed, what do you do in your spare time when you do catch a moment to yourself?
Oh, so in my day job, I'm actually a consultant. So I consult in the area of data and technology. And,
Okay.
and so I've been doing that in terms of my career. I've been working in data and technology, but I now have my own consulting firm. So I do that, and then in my spare time, you know, I love to watch movies. Um, I'm still, you know, a sports fanatic. Um, my favorite sport, of course, what we call here in America is soccer, but you guys call it football.
Oh yes. Hey. You're a sucker fan.
Yeah, I grew up playing soccer. Growing up in New York, soccer was big in the 80s, and coming into the 90s. So grew up playing soccer. I was actually um, pretty good at it. I made the U.S. Under 13 select team, um, and so that's just a step before you make the select team, and you get selected to, if you make it, the U.S. Olympic team. So and so I still have a little footwork left in me. I can still do a few tricks, right?
Hey, hey, something for the grandchildren.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully one of them will take it up.
No pressure on your sons. No pressure.
I tried to get my sons interested. It didn't take for them. So too much basketball and football and baseball here. So, but yeah. And so sports, like movies, of course, writing. I still, like I said, I enjoy writing poetry, reading, and spending time with family and friends. And sometimes I just like to go out in my backyard and watch nature. I,
Oh,
I
that is
have,
beautiful.
we've got deer, we've
Oh
got, just
wow.
name it. We've got rabbits back here. We've
Oh.
got all types of birds. Um, Man, we've got fox.
Oh, we've got foxes. Oh, but not. I'm sure they're not the same sort of foxes we have.
The-
they're,
the-
they're little scruffy little skinny things.
oh yeah, these guys, they're pretty big, and they're very aggressive. I mean, they
Um,
chase the deer, and they chase everything they see.
they're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
frightened anymore. They
So
used to
I
be.
call it National Geographic in my backyard here. So
Wow.
so yeah, and sometimes for me that's just peaceful. I mean, I just sit back here and listen and watch, and sometimes I'll
Mm.
even catch it on my phone camera sometimes. So, but yeah. So that's what I do in my spare time, pretty much.
It is wonderful. I do like wildlife and watching animals. I like all them sort of shows on television.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I don't watch television really, not
right,
much, not much. But if I catch an eye and see like an animal show,
yeah,
then I'll get fixated because
yeah.
I love it. I love to see how they interact, um, and how they protect their family. Many
Oh
of
yeah,
them
oh
very
yeah,
protective and
very,
very caring and nurturing, and
yeah,
I'm like, wow.
yeah. Yeah, you see all those elements. Uh, my wife thinks I'm a nature nerd because I watch National Geographic and a lot of those shows, like you said, because to me it's just um, beautiful to watch nature. I mean, of course, there's the predator and the prey
Oh
side of it
yeah,
as well, but
yeah.
that's just the part of the cycle, right?
You see that, all right, and the
Yeah.
territorial side to
Oh,
things,
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
the jealousies, and
Oh,
all sorts. It's
oh
just
yeah.
crazy.
It's amazing, but yeah. To me, it's just it's peaceful and
Mm,
it's enjoyable, and it just shows that there's an order to the world, there's an order to the universe
yeah.
that sometimes we don't observe, and as much as we like to think that things are chaotic and things are out of control, there's actually a natural order of things that are in operation in our universe. And so that's what I like to observe as well, because it makes makes you ask a lot of these philosophical questions about life
Mhm.
and about design and destiny and and who structured things to be this way and who created this order. You start to challenge your own thinking and beliefs at times, um, um, and it reminds you, of course, that there's something greater working in the universe. So
Most definitely. Most definitely something greater. And there's got to be a creator. There's
yes,
got to be. There's
yes,
got to be something somewhere, whatever anybody calls it. We all call it different names.
hmm,
So, but the end result is there's a creator
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
That's the end result. And it created us, the animals, the earth, the the plants, the wildlife, everything for a reason.
Oh yes,
And without one, then it affects the other.
exactly, exactly, exactly. And you ask yourself, well, why? How is it that way? Why is it that way? you know, uh, someone designed that.
Yeah.
That we're as you said, there's an operation and there's a relationship between everything that exists. You know, and our dependency upon the earth and for food, right? And even when we transition, um, and our bodies go back into the ground, there's this release of that energy back into the back into the earth, and uh,
Hmm.
and even as you watch seasons and how things change and go through, it's all amazing. It's just really it really is amazing. So those are the things I think about. I write about. Um, um, you know, things that kind of shape my worldview, and how I think about the world, and more than anything, my relationship with God,
Hmm.
um, and, and how I and how I relate in that regard as well. So yeah, it's definitely it's all a part of it, Adas, all a part of it.
And you have been blessed accordingly. So, because you believe and you put God and you put these things central into your world and
Oh yeah,
you continue it with what you do, every step you make, you put it into your works, then there comes the blessing.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I really feel like I am blessed and fortunate, um, to do the things that I'm able to do, with with this music, and those blessings manifest in a lot of different areas of my life. And so I'm very thankful of that, and I'm very thoughtful about that. Quite honestly, it seems like as I've gotten older, um, I contemplate a lot more and think a lot more uh, about those blessings,
Yeah.
and about uh, how how God has positioned me in life and the things that He's done uh, through me in my life,
Hmm.
and for me, quite honestly, now it's about um, how I can be in position to help others. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, I've always been that way, but I'm more conscious about it
Hmm.
at this stage
Hmm.
of my life, and I've always envisioned music kind of being a tool, and kind of being, an instrument to do that. But it's that's an initial start. That's kind of the initial impression, um, because I believe there's more. You know, the music is kind of like the hook, but there's more. There's more, and so that's starting to actually come come to me now even more. Is like, how can I be more impactful? um, what can I do? How can I get myself in position to be more impactful to help others? And
That's incredible.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, So more to come there, but we're gonna keep this music train going.
Oh yeah, oh definitely, because that's your calling, that's your gift,
Right,
and God gives us all a gift in which we minister His work.
right, right.
Yeah. So it's for each and every one of us to tap into that gift,
Yeah,
recognize it first.
yeah,
Because not many of us recognize it, but those
right.
who are fortunate to recognize that gift, then tap into it
Yeah,
and then carry out his ministry through our gifts and share that as well with others. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. I mean, that's something that we for me it's very important. Adassah, I grew up in a household where we were taught and understood that very thing that you just shared, that we have these gifts. We have to identify them, um, and release them. Release these gifts to the world. Um, and and one of the things that's important, even in having these gifts, is um, how do you mature them? How do you
Mhm.
perfect them? Right? How do you get them in a place where they can have greater impact and scale, um, and influence?
Mhm.
And so, um, that's one of the reasons why I try to work as much as I can, because that's all a part of maturing the gift, maturing the gift that I have, maturing the delivery of that gift, and broadening the scope and scale of it, right? And so, and that's where the energy comes from to do it, right? I say from upreach to outreach, right?
Most definitely. And this is just reflective with your next a single where you have been in collaboration with Teo Wings.
Oh
This is
yeah.
the CJ Spen remix, The Way She Moves.
Right, right. Yeah. And another celebratory song, that song celebrates the dance. It celebrates, my observation of of the expression, and more so that expression through women, and the dance and the joy. One of the things that as I reconnected with house music um, and this genre, was just to see the freedom of expression,
Hmm.
in the dance. And as we know, dance is a form of praise. It's a form of celebration. There's so many dance is a form of communication, right?
Hmm.
And we can, see throughout history how dance was used, in different, stages of even war and battle, right? And so, but in this regard, it was more about the celebration of that expression, through women, and how free and how lively, and just it and there's just so much to it, the alluring nature of it, the sensuality of it, all these things that came to me as I thought about, and envisioned, um, this this song. So when you hear it, that's what you hear. It's the celebration of dance. It's the celebration of women, and their freedom of expression in dance, and delivery of the dance, and the beauty of it, the sensuality of it, the alluring nature of it. I captured all of that, hopefully.
You surely have. And we're going to play it because I love it. We're going to play it right here. And it's how, and we've got it at the bottom of our screen. Keep strolling along. It's on Track Source. So anybody that wants to purchase it, go on Track Source. All the details on Ed Ramsey, social media. Just look, just write it down, or
Yeah.
look at the recorded, and then you'll see it.
And this song, actually, it's on Amazon, it's on Apple, it's on all the
Oh,
other it's on all the other platforms too. If you just type it in, it'll come up. So yeah, yeah, it's on all the
awesome.
other platforms now. So great.
Well, we've got loads of choices where we can. So no excuses for anybody. They'll be like, "What's Track Source? What's Track?"
Hey,
Well, you got Amazon, you got Spotify, you got all the other digital platforms. So go get it, everyone.
yeah,
Oh, wow. I love that. Oh, yes. I
Thank
love
you.
that. Yeah, and it's got such a lovely African beat as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Teo is from he's from Puerto Rico, so yeah, yeah.
awesome.
We wanted to bring kind of that that Afro beat, that Afro Latin rhythm to it. Um, I tried to bring a little bit of my Bahamian roots out of there, so
Oh, awesome. It is. Oh, I love it. I love it. It just it's just so grounded. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that grounded sound
yeah.
and everything. Wow. We're coming near to the end of the show. Near. Just near.
Uh,
Oh, it goes so quickly,
oh
Ed.
yeah, yeah. It has. Doesn't even feel like it's
It
been
doesn't even feel like it, does it?
quick.
All the time. Do you know what? Many a times I go over the hour and a half. So, I'm very naughty like that. Many, many, many times I
Right,
do.
right.
Yeah. Wow, don't time fly. Oh my gosh.
No, it's been great. No, I really, again, I really appreciate this. It's been great, and talking to
Mm.
you and just kind of sharing my experience. It's been wonderful.
We have loved you on the platform, Ed Ramsey. Got some comments from Mr. Magnet saying he's loving the show today. He's
Thank you, Mr. Magnet.
yeah, he's loving the show. And yeah, it's just so awesome. Ed Ramsey, what are you going to be getting up to from now until next year? What's going on? Any tours?
No, so I'm working on a few things right now. I actually have a live performance coming up in December, and
Mhm.
um, and so I'll actually have a band accompanying me in
Ooh.
that performance because that's one of the things I actually want to do. Is bring you know bring the live performance component of it
Mhm.
um, to a different level as well. So having a band rather than just I mean, it's fine when you sing over the tracks and that's fine. But I actually I want to bring a band. I want to bring a band. I want to bring a musical presentation
Oh,
of
wow.
the music, um, and in concert with the DJ and the dance. Um, so have the dancers along with it. So just bring a whole presentation of the culture and of music, right? Um,
Mhm.
and in that band we have the percussionists, with all the different rich. So yeah. So I'll be doing that in December. Um, Next year, I actually do have some. I'm in some talks right now to travel abroad to do some performing. So more to come on that. It's still in the works, um, but I'm planning to come to your neck of the woods. Uh, in
Can I have front row?
the so yeah. It's that's the plan. I want to come. I'll be coming out to your neck of the woods, and then later on in the year, um, planning to go to South Africa
Oh,
uh, to
beautiful.
do some work. So yeah, it's in the works. These things take some planning
Does.
um,
Yeah.
and organizing with different entities in these locations.
Mhm.
But I'll keep you posted. I'll definitely keep you posted.
Please do keep me posted, Ed Ramsey. I'll be messaging you. Anything going on? Anything going on? How are you?
Got a lot of new music on the horizon too. So we're keeping that coming, keeping that going. Great collaborations, as I said. Some work that I've done with Dave Anthony and Yooks and Music and Me, CKP and Carl H. In talks with a few other producers. Got some stuff coming with Lee Gomez from the UK.
Mhm.
Um, um, you know, uh, Poji Music, in which that's who I started out with, DJ Pope and DJ OG, who's actually out of here, this area here in Baltimore, Maryland. Um, got some work coming with those guys. Um, just got a lot more music coming, so I'll keep you posted on that as well, and we'll send some music your way as well.
Oh yeah, just keep it there. And plus, remember there'll be a part two, so we want to be able to do a part two, so you can keep us updated with what's going on.
Oh yes. follow up, right?
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, that's always does follow ups. She always does follow ups. Don't worry.
Next time I'll wear one of my hats too.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh, oh, where the hat? Oh, I tell you. Oh my goodness. I love them hats. I love them hats so much. Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show,
No, thank
Edwin.
you. Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure. But before you go, I have one little last request from you.
Okay.
We have the dance challenge with Sounds of Blackness. And yes. And I need you to rock with me and dance with me to the sounds of Hold Up Your Light.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey! Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. So here's Ed Ramsey with Adassah at Large with Hold Up Your Light, the dance challenge, Sounds of Blackness.
I know it's been hard to find your way. In a world that seems to have come undone, seems to have come undone. And I know you've been looking for a change, almost convinced it will never come, never come. Sometimes that is your dark. You begin to know just who you are, know who you are. You see all the strength you have inside. Sweep up the ashes in your soul. Find your fire, find your fire, find your fire, and hold up your light, hold up your light, hold up your light. Even when your step becomes a stumble, hold up your light, hold up your light. Waking up to so much uncertainty. Oh yes, and the world is crying, the world is crying out, the world's crying out, and it seems like we all been constantly searching, constantly searching, constantly searching, searching for the solid ground. Sometimes in the place that is your love, that is your love. Oh, you will know who you are.
Yes.
Incredible. Thank
Oh,
you so much, Ed Ramsey. You
thank
have
you.
been
Thank
a
you.
great guest, a great sport.
I appreciate it. No, thank you so much.
Ah, lovely. Anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, no, again, I appreciate the ability to talk to you and your audience and just share my experience, share my journey. I just want to encourage everyone out there that no matter what's going on in your life and in the world, God cares, God loves you, God is there for you, and if there's no one else you can go to, you can always go to Him, always. And so I just pray and hope that everyone is safe and that you're close to someone who loves you and more than anything try to be love to someone else, be a light to somebody else and be that beacon of hope. So again, thank you. I love you guys and uh, God bless you and until part two.
Until part two. Oh, yes, we definitely have part two. We've got so many of you coming with part two. One's coming with part three. Lamone, you enjoying yourself in Cancun? Oh, yeah, I'm seeing you, Lamone.
Uh, that's a good place to be right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Ed Ramsey. We all love you. Continue doing the great entertainment and work that you're doing. Your music is incredible. You are an incredible artist. You just got a great gift from God. Just keep as you are, putting God central in your life.
Thank you. Thank you.
Continuous blessings to you and the family.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Take care. Wow. Wasn't that awesome? What an incredible man. An incredible music. Another great talent that has been on the Adassah at large on Sunday show. Awesome. That's all I can say. You see, I've adopted that word. Awesome. Absolute awesome. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And as you can see, strolling along at the bottom, you can catch up with Ed Ramsey on all social media sites. He's out there. Go and reach out. Go and support him. Go and get his music. There's so many. It's so much beautiful music sung by Ed Ramsey by himself. And then there's many more sung in collaboration with other great giants too. Isn't that wonderful? Great giants joining together and doing collaborative works. All for us, all for our entertainment. So we are blessed, continuously blessed. Anyway, I'm going to part now. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Take care of yourself. As I always say, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Like, share the link. Share the show. It's the same link that you can share and let others see the recorded show too. Until then, see you next week. This time on the Adassah at Large on Sunday show on at 11 a.m. until 12:30 or 12:30-ish. You know what Adassah's like already. UK time, where we see another great artist, beautiful, great artist again. Bye for now.